As we're recording. So we are doing this class as a mixture of our service dog foundations and our team puppy. So let me quickly explain a little bit about both of those. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to make it a little bit easier for you to see as we're walking through it. So most of our resources revolve around Patreon. So if I'm home, if I've never pulled up a Crazy to Calm membership, this is my home screen, right? I got to get rid of some of these things on my window because it's making too much. Why won't that go away? All right. I can't see my search bar to search because the Patreon thing is in my way. There we go. There it goes. All right. There it is. So explore. You hit explore and type in Crazy to Calm. That's how you find the page if you haven't. If you've already been there, it's going to be in your list here, right? We're going to review different membership options in a little while, but so memberships is the first way, which gives you access. So that would be there. And then collections is what we were looking at that nobody could see. So we basically have 6 collections in the Team Puppy area. The socialization class is all early puppy. The puppy 6 is the standard 6-week class. Play with a Purpose is your starter pack on games. These are all for free in the collection. There's only dollar amounts associated with them if your membership doesn't cover it. If you're in a different membership, you guys should all be good. So the SD Team Puppy, Christy and Tammy, that's exactly what we did a few months ago where we were reviewing the puppy class. So this one allows you to see each week of class and watch the video that was associated with that, right?
Oh,
So if you miss a week of this class, the replay will be located here. But instead of being titled SDT Puppy, it'll be titled SD Foundation, week 1, week 2, and so on, right? Making more sense now that you can see it?
where was the one?
So that is in the Service Dog Foundations class. That's my next one.
Oh,
Right. So if you find the Service Dog Foundations collection, this is the homework we're going over for the next not quite 2 months. Right. It's all here so that you can see it ahead of time and you can work through it at your own pace. But each week we're going to be tackling one of them. So that at the end of each week, I'll explain the homework for the following week. Right. But I mean, you can pretty much tell it's here. So these first couple of ones that have nothing, that don't have a number in front of it are your bonus materials. So this is the beginning your service dog journey for brand new people. Goes over some laws and some things, what it's like to getting started out. The other ones are all good, but they're optional. It's not something we're going to review in this class, right? But they're bonuses and good things that can help you along the way. Actually, Nikki and I were just talking about vehicle training and working in parking lots, and so there's a great video there too. I usually start it with young puppies that are not fully vaccinated, but it works great for adolescents that may have some fears as well. So here's the ones with the numbers, and so you see 1.1 explaining targets. This is our long 1-hour video. That is our actual class teaching on targets. And then this 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4 are the short videos that go along with 1.1. So every week it's going to be set up like that. So if you wanted to skip ahead to say week 4, where is it? On week 4, we're looking at tuck and under, and there's a lesson on tucking inside the car, like down on the floor space of the wheel well. So there's a short video here of me teaching Azul to do this when he was about 70 pounds. So it's possible. Not something we normally do because they normally have my whole back seat, but still good training to have. But so you can skip ahead and see it all. The whole class is there. And you're welcome to watch any of it out of order. But week by week, starting with next week when we look at lesson 1, we'll be doing the next lesson on all the way down. Does that make sense?
Mm.
So next week is our first official week 1. The week after that will be the first official week, or the second week. So the 2-point lessons and so forth. Right?
Yeah.
So let's take just a moment to look at memberships, because some people watching this may already be members, some people may not be. So I want to just briefly touch on this in case you're trying to decide if this is something that you want to join or not. So we have a free membership that's always available. There's some basic tips here and information about things like the Service Dog Handler Chat, Service Dog Handler Symposium, and stuff like that. And every now and then we throw in a free lesson. So if it's just a random free lesson that doesn't go anywhere else, it is in our free chat. Everyone has access to the free chat if they want it. And then if you're on an extremely limited budget, you can join this SD Foundations class for $4 a month. When you do this class, you don't have access to the replays, but you're still welcome to join the live weekly training session and work through the process with us. So this class, if you join this membership, it only covers this class, and you don't have access to all the other collections that we just went over. If you join this SDIT Puppy Cakes collection or membership for $10 a month, you have access to all of that, all of those collections. And if you chose to do the C2C training support tier for $15 a month, it's an all access pass to Patreon, right? Everything we have on Patreon. There's one more collection that's not showing up here. And if you are already working one-on-one with one of the Crazy to Calm K9 coaches, there is a partnership collection available too. You need to talk to your Crazy to Calm K9 coach to get access to that one. And I know some of you here tonight have access that way. So extremely limited option, you can join the SD Foundations class if your funds are really limited. But if you can afford it, the SDIT Puppy Cakes is going to be better. This class is going to go on for relatively 8 weeks, with tonight being week 1. So 2 months. You're looking at, if you need to be a member for 2 months, limited budget, you're spending $8 to get the class or $20 to get the class. Your choice, right? It's well worth $20. We just want to keep it low cost because we know most people that are doing this are on a very limited budget. So now that we've done that, let's take a moment. I'm going to stop share so I can go back to see my Zoom. Just you can raise your hand virtually, you can put it up in the air, you can type it in the chat. But how many people have done some kind of a basic obedience class with their puppy where they feel like they have the basic manners of a typical pet dog? Yeah, I would assume that covers most people. The Foundations class itself is designed to take it one step above that. It's a basic class, meaning you can do it even with an 8-week-old puppy, but it's the things that don't normally get taught in a basic puppy, like if you went to a regular trainer for pet dogs. Like they don't typically teach puppies. Some may do mat training. I know Tammy and I add mat training, but not all puppy classes do mat training, right? So little things like that. And not all of them teach targets. We teach hand targets in our puppy class, but we don't teach um, paw targets or chin targets or other things. And we don't expand as much on hand targets for what we would want our service dog puppies to be able to do, because the hand targets allow us to get in our dogs into position, maybe positioned between us and the self-checkout counter, or beside us and a friend that we're with walking in between us, or stuff like that. We may need to ask our puppy or our service dog of any age to stand still in a specific position around us. And this class teaches that, whereas a basic puppy class doesn't. So it's really good for any age dog. It's really good for people that are training their first service dog to kind of get that feel of what are some things that are helpful. You know what? You don't know what you need to train your dog until some other service dog handler says, hey, try doing this. Right? That's what this class was designed to do, is try to point out all those things that us canine coaches have learned the hard way that we think all service dogs need, no matter what they're being trained for. You know, it doesn't matter if they're trained as a psychiatric service dog, a mobility service dog, a medical alert service dog. None of those matter for this class. All service dogs need these basic skills, is what we've come up with. So, just as much as it doesn't matter if the puppy's 8 weeks old, there's no reason a 5-year-old dog can't walk through these just to look for tips on these particular things that we go over in class. You know, there can easily be a 5-year-old dog that never learned how to do a chin rest, because not all of us use chin rest, but maybe our disability changed and now we need that chin rest, right? So it really is acceptable for everyone. I do just want to say, because some people ask this question as well, that while this class is labeled Service Dog Foundations, it's not strictly confined to service dogs, because most of these skills are crossover for therapy dogs, agency dogs, sport dogs, you know, you name it. Any kind of advanced training working dogs generally need some form of these skills. So you don't have to be a service dog handler or trainer to take this class. It's open to anyone. So we're going to work the class more like a workshop-based class. You can do the work on your own throughout the week via Patreon. If you have questions throughout the week, feel free to email them either to your Crazy to Calm Canine Coach, or to the email address that we have for Crazy to Calm Canine Coaches, which is exactly that, Crazy to Calm Canine Coaches at gmail.com. And that is posted in Patreon and easy to find. There is also a community part of Patreon. I'm going to share your screen real quick here, because this is something that most people don't do. You're welcome to use it. It sends us an email if you post a message. But if you go to community, you can look at the different messages that are here. So we don't have a puppy one just because nobody's done it. If people want to use it, we can create a puppy chat. But you can also send a message directly to us there. So that is available. And then just to switch screens, some of you know this, if you are a part of the Working Paws group, let me close out of these messages really quickly. If you're a part of the Working Paws group, if you're not, I can get you a link to that, but I think most of you are. We have chats inside that group, and one of them is Team Puppy. So if for some reason we need to cancel a meeting or reschedule a meeting or anything like that, then it gets posted in this group. So sometimes in between meetings, we will also do video reviews in this group. If you want to post a video there, you're welcome to for a rapid review. Sometimes people will post their video links there to be reviewed during our class so that I can pull them up. If you're sending it to YouTube or some other form, I can pull it up and play it for you in class so that you don't have to share screen. So that is in the Working Paws group in our chats, the SDIT Team Puppy, which some of you got the link for tonight's chat from that chat group. So any conversation about the chat usually happens in that Facebook collection. It's open to any of our Working Paws group members, so it's not as private. If you want something to be private, send it in the Patreon version of communities, right? That is private, nobody else is going to see it. But if it's okay for other service dog handlers to have it, Facebook is okay as well. It's just not as private. So your choice, right? Any questions so far?
Okay, so since I won't be able to make all of the Zooms, I'll just post my videos there. And then when I rewatch the recordings, then I can get my feedback.
Exactly.
Okay,
If you can't make it to a live, feel free to put your video in either one, the communities or the Facebook one. We'll review it. If you want us to do a direct message directly to you, then let us know. Like if you email it to me, if you're one of my clients and you email it to me, I'm going to put my notes in that email back to you. If you
Okay.
put them in the Facebook group, we're going to review it live during the Zoom, right? So you
Yep.
can decide if you want it to be private, send it to me privately. If you want it to be reviewed so that other people can learn, because we know we all learn from watching each other.
Right.
If you want it to be a shared thing, put it in either the communities or the Facebook Messenger, and then we'll review it during the live Zoom, whether you're there or not. That way
Okay.
you can watch it in the replay.
Yeah, because he starts his agility foundations next week. So
Yeah,
I don't think I'll be home from Escanaba in time.
nope, probably not. And he'll be tired anyways. So
Yeah.
the other option, if you're not good at getting videos and the class is at a time that your dog would be active and not asleep, you can also do the activities live while we watch you do it and give feedback that way as well. And so we will always take a moment to say, if your dog is active and you want to do it, does anybody want to volunteer to do it live? And then we'll pin you up on the top so that everybody's watching you so that you can do it live. But for the most part, people find video reviews easier. A lot of people decide that uploading those videos to YouTube or some other platform, I know Nikki uses another platform, that one's fine. But if you're uploading them somewhere, it's generally faster to get the playback. So if you can upload it and send me to the link to that, then I can go ahead and share it from my screen. It's a little bit faster. But well, they're small work groups, so everyone has the ability to share the screen if they have, say they're working on their phone and they want to share a video they got earlier that day, they didn't have time to upload it, you can just share your screen and play the video on your screen. So we can help you with the technical things. We have no problem taking an extra minute and talking you through how to do that. I will help people more so that have Android phones or tablets, computer-based stuff. And Cindy or our canine coach Lulu that might be joining in here will help you if you use an iProduct, like an iPhone or an iPad. They have more experience with those. All right, so we were already talking about targets a little bit, and we know that is our topic for next week. So, and I know a few other people have said they've done hand targets but haven't done the other types of targets. one of the first things that I teach when I'm doing paw targets is paws up. So some people may have done that either from agility, parkour, or some other form. And then we try to narrow it down. So when I'm doing paw targets or any targets other than a hand target, so by a hand target, I mean the dog's nose comes in and touches the hand, right? So some people use touch. For paw targets, we start with really big targets and shrink down. And with chin rest, I usually start with the hand as well, but it's shaped differently, and then slowly transition to other targets, which could be a leg, could be a pillow, could be anything, right? But so that's kind of what we're looking at next week for the different lessons that we're going over. And then we also cover a lot of information, like in the 1 hour video, we talk about why we might choose one target over the other, why we may decide to play more games with one specific target, depending on what our tasks are going to be for our service dog. So I rely really heavily on hand targets for everything I train. So I reinforce hand targets very heavily. But I don't need paw targets or really the chin rest for tasking for me. There is a chin rest that I sometimes do for a task, but I haven't done that one in a while. Belle was trained on it once or twice, but not much. So those are more kind of just play and communication skills that we use. So we use them more for games, right? Almost everything you see us do is going to be some type of game. The definition of game might vary a little bit, because our game might be creating calm is still a game, right? We might be going slow. Our goal might be a nice calm settle. Welcome back, Christy. We're just talking about game.
Yeah,
So the
sorry,
game
that
might
was
be
my,
creating calm. It's still a game. Other games might be something more amped up and fast paced, like playing tug or ball. Still a game. But so our goal is all training should be fun and enjoyable for everyone. So our other goal is to be adaptive in everything we do. So our word team stands for teach first. So we'll teach you how to do different skills and why those skills are appropriate. Engage, we try to get, and that's why we do these Zooms in the class format this way, this work group, because we want to engage you to actually do it as a group together, making that little community so that we have a little bit of accountability. We're engaging and working through it together. So every homework assignment I give you, I'm going to be doing with Belle, even if, like, I may not do it to the basic level that we explain in the demo. I may change it to more like her level of where she is right now, right? So everything is designed to be able to do it at a basic level and expand. So if you're looking at a lesson such as hand targets, which we all said we've taught to some capacity, and the simple hand target isn't needed because you've taught it, right? Take that opportunity that week to expand it to whatever is appropriate to you. So the A in team stands for adapt. If you're struggling with a game we have on there, we want you to tell us. We'll find a workaround. Whether it's your disability that's causing you to struggle or your dog just isn't having it and your dog needs a different game to be able to learn the skill. We'll adapt the training to meet your needs. And then M is for motivate, because we all know that we do better when we have a little bit of motivation. So that is our goal, to help everybody stay a little bit focused, give them something to do, nice, easy homework, and a plan so that you know what you're working on the next week. So any questions with that? So Tammy and Christy have done this work group type program before. They did the SD puppy class this way. So they kind of have a little bit of background in it. So I'm going to put them on the spot. And Tammy and Christy, I'm going to ask you if you could pick out, like, maybe not one skill you learned, but one reason you liked this type of format that we're doing, or how it helped you using this type of format from the previous class? Who wants to go first? As you both think about it, because I put you on the spot. Go ahead, Tammy, you're
I
unmuted
think it
first.
helps because it's like going to a regular class where you have skills that you work on and you need to show your work. Even though we're doing it at our own pace at home, we still have to show our progress. Does that make sense?
I think so. Yep. How about you, Christy?
I like it because it's more personable and it can be more one-on-one, and you give us feedback so we know how to change change it up a little bit or adapt it if we need to.
Yep, perfect. And I mean, that's the goal and why we hold these work group type training sessions. We recorded the classroom portion of it for this class, I think about 3 years ago. And so sometimes, not that any of our training philosophy has changed or any of these basic things have changed, but maybe we've learned some better ways to adapt that may not be in the classroom portion on Patreon that we can do in this work group, right? Maybe we have a new game that wasn't reflected in the classroom that can expand the skills, right? So we may show that during the work group as well. And you may see some things like, because all the canine coaches are very open about their history with their dogs. So you may hear one of us say, I really struggled with this, so I tweaked that to get this. Or, I taught that, but now I never use it. And, that's valuable feedback because if you think, oh, gee, maybe that's not something I really need to worry about too much right now, right? So the work group allows us all to kind of just share where we're at today, maybe where we hope to go in the future, kind of thing, and learn from each other's problems. So I'm just throwing names because it's more personable, right? But say Tammy may be struggling with something like getting her dog to tuck under a chair.
Yeah,
Christy may have done that with the previous dog. This is going to be a hard one for both of them because they both have large dogs. They both have Great Pyrenees mixes. So, so Tammy may be struggling with that, and Christy may have tips beyond what the canine coaches have because she has a large dog that's working through it right now. Now, one of our other canine coaches has had a giant dog in the past too, so she may have worked with it in the past, but that doesn't mean she remembers it now, like Christy's going to, right? So that's the nice thing about doing it in this work group is we get to kind of find similarities with each other. And sometimes we just don't know the questions to ask until somebody asks a question. And then we go, oh yeah, I did struggle with that. Whether you say it out loud or type it in the chat or keep it to yourself, you can still learn from that, right? So we try to be very flexible and easygoing to change things. We know that not everybody's going to make it to every night of class. We know that not everybody wants to do the full class. They may want one little lesson in that section. So the goal is to participate as much as you can, because the more you participate, the more you'll learn. But we also understand that, we're all disabled. If you have an issue, you may not be able to join. If you have an agility class, you may not be able to join the lives. We get it. But the more you participate, the more you'll learn. So now I'm going to kind of, since Nikki, you're my client, I'm going to throw it to you and just say, do you have any questions about anything that's been talked about or specifics that you want us to address tonight
Tonight specifically? No.
or through the course of this class?
Um, I'm curious to know how I can get Paco to tuck on an airplane. it's very rare that I'll need to go on a plane, but I guess I have like kind of a twofold part to this. One is like how to get him to settle and be okay in that situation. But then also like how do I train him when I'm super stressed out because I'm going to be super claustrophobic on a plane?
Yeah, that's a really good point too. Because sometimes when we are training a service dog in training, we have to push ourselves out of our comfort bubble, right? And when we do that, like we all know that our anxieties and frustrations and whatnot can travel down the leash for the dog feeling that. If our dog is trained as medical alert, we have to find that balance between pushing our comfort level, stepping outside our bubble, but at the same point in time, not doing it so far, so extreme that we're causing our dog to stress because they're alerting the whole time, right? So it's a fine line we have to walk on there. And hopefully the skills that we go over in this class start to build that. That's our goal, is that we're getting people used to that. Our next class, when we finish this work group up, is our service dog public access class, where we get people out. So I'm just going to say it quickly here because I said it a million times and I know we're all on the same page probably. But all good public access training starts in pet friendly environments first. And then we look toward moving into those places that are not pet friendly. And that's what the public access class is designed to do, to let you be the judge of when your dog is ready to move from pet friendly places into non pet friendly places and helping you through that transition. So, Nikki, with the program that you signed up for, you have access to that public access class, and you really can do both classes at the same time if you want to. You don't have to wait from one to the other. The work group for that, however, will start about the time this work group wraps up. We may take a short break for the holidays, but it'll start shortly after. But you have all the classroom materials, and you're one of my clients, so you can come to me when you have questions about it. All right, so Val, I know you have some technical difficulties. You can type it into the chat or you can unmute your phone if you want to tell us anything about what you're hoping to get out of this class or what you're looking for, or maybe you're just not sure. Do you have any questions? You were unmuted for a moment. There you go. Now you're unmuted again. Go ahead.
Hi. No, I don't have any questions right now. What I'm hoping to accomplish is we are hoping to move to Spain, and their requirements for service dogs are very stringent. They only acknowledge dogs that alert of medical conditions, those that help with mobility, and dogs that service people who are vision or hearing impaired. Those are the only three categories they allow. And
Gotcha.
so what I need from my dog is help with mobility because of neurological issues.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done some training, but we still have a long ways to go.
So how old is your dog? You said 2?
Yes, she's a rescue. We've had her for a year. She's
Okay.
very motivated to learn. But
So you may be, not that you can't participate in this work group because you're more than welcome to, but you may want to join the team task membership
okay,
versus the puppy one. It's the same price, the $10 a month,
okay,
and it should give you access to um, the same materials. You have access to the foundations class in that membership. And you also have access to a Friday Zoom that is focused on tasks specifically.
okay.
And actually, everybody here has access to both of those because I know what memberships you guys are all in. So,
That's great. Thank you.
so you
I
may be
guess
able to see everybody twice a week as we do both, if you want.
so for 3 weeks, we'll be in a time zone that is 9 hours ahead. We will be in Spain, which means the class would be at about 3:30 in the morning.
Gotcha. You're not joining that one.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, you can still do the work in Patreon, right? Do the homework in Patreon and send your videos in for review. And like Tammy
Well,
is doing, her
yeah.
video reviews are going to be right inside our work group meeting so that everybody can review it. Me,
Mhm.
Cindy, Christy can take a look at it so everybody can offer feedback.
that's really cool. The problem is I will be in Spain without Bailey.
Oh, gotcha. So
So,
So you won't be able to practice the exercises, but you
right,
could
but I can
listen and
watch, right?
participate. Yep, and you
Yeah.
can watch the replays.
Okay, that's great.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep. Even if you can't do the homework yourself that week, you can watch the replays, and you won't necessarily lose access to the homework when you come back, as long as you stay a member,
Okay,
right?
sounds good.
So with our memberships, you can join whenever you want and leave whenever you want, and you can come and go as much as you want, right?
That's
There's
great.
no restriction there. You can always join again. So if you decide you need to bow out and not be a member for a little while and come back later, we don't restrict that either. So,
Thank you.
all right. Um, that was the biggest information I had for you tonight. We've already reviewed homework. Does anybody have a recent video? And I am putting people on the spot here, so please feel free to say no. But does anybody have a recent video they did with their service dog in training? So by recent, I mean like in the last month or two, something that's going to show us general age, size. It doesn't really matter what you were working on.
Like doing, okay, I've got one of him going, teaching him to go around something.
All right. If it's YouTube and you want to put the link in the chat, I'll grab it. If you want to just share your screen, you can do that too.
Um, how can I minimize this? I don't even know. I can, hold on, I can get it up on my phone.
All
'Cause
right, you can
I-
message it to me.
Yeah, I think that'll be easier.
No problem.
You're also welcome to pull up one of Paco's too. I can
Okay.
do that if you want. Doesn't really matter which one you pick. I don't
I
care.
might still have Paco's open.
Okay.
Where is he?
Maybe the one from the grocery store, would kind of show like what he does in a public space.
Was that today or was that one from last week?
One from
Today I see enjoying garden carrots, find it, pop out, and training at the park.
you could do it like any of those, except the garden carrot one. That's more of a lifestyle video, not really training.
All right.
That's just
Gotcha.
Sorry. I sent a link to Messenger.
Okay, I heard it pop in.
Okay.
All right, here's Tammy's. Hold on a minute.
I think
gonna
this
get
was
it ready.
last
It's
week.
not sharing yet. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about it a week or two ago. All right, so big. All right, so this is Tammy and Madugan. I can't
In
help
my
but,
messy basement.
oh yeah, let me turn the volume on too. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can.
I can't hear it.
All right, I'm trying to like turn my volume settings up. The YouTube one is cranked. But so basically she's just talking through it. Go ahead, Tammy, tell us what you're doing.
Oh, well, I have a treat between my fingers that I'm using as a lure right now because he doesn't understand going around. And I'm going to try to eliminate that as fast as I can. So yeah, I just have him following it. I'm working in both ways too. And I will switch it up, I think, after this time around. I'll
Yeah,
change.
you did say one
something.
more time in the video.
Okay. And I think it was easier for him with the bigger items than the smaller cone. Probably because of his size.
That's why I started using the buckets for the bucket game instead of cones. I used to play those same exercises with cones, but buckets were easier for me.
Yeah. And I always did it with cones because, well, most of my dogs were smaller.
Right. Well, I think being able to look over it makes it more confusing.
Mhm.
If it's something you have to go all the way around, it's easier for the dog.
Yeah,
The bigger objects are harder for us to use a hand target.
it is.
He was a bit distracted there by a barking dog.
And there's always a barking dog.
Yep, but I mean, you could see him look off into the corner. That's exactly when I would guess Cowboy was barking, but I don't know which one for sure. Not Cowboy,
Oh,
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah, I think Charlie's in the kennel in the corner.
yeah. It sounded like they were further away.
Yeah,
That does sound like Charlie, though.
it probably is.
He says, I know how to wrap it. It almost looked like he sniffed there, like he thought you dropped the treat up there.
Yeah, he did sniff. And he does tend to get bored with repeating things over and over again. That's why I'm always trying to change it.
Well, and you asked him in the video, what are you doing? What are you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And ending on praise and love, which I minimized it just before then. All right. So Pacos are over here.
If you do that 819 session, that'll show you all the ones from that grocery store trip where
That's what
they're
I was thinking.
which in the parking lot is number one. Really
Let's
any
do the parking lot one because I love your outside warm-up routine. That'll be good for other people.
okay. This is the one where there's another dog and he has an issue where he likes to bark at dogs that he sees, which is a big problem for service dogs. So he was doing a good
But
job.
he's getting better, I can tell.
Yeah, definitely. There, he noticed the dog.
Mhm. So I love this as far as the warm-up because it lets you tell just how focused your dog is. Because, you know, when he looks at the other dog, you know he's not focused. If he can't come back and follow your lead, you know he's not focused. You can make appropriate direction changes as needed. But yeah, so it doesn't really matter what skills you're doing. The idea is you're practicing skills that he knows well. And Paco knows a lot of skills.
He's still looking at the dog. He knows it's over there, but he's still focusing on me, and that's why I'm proud of him in this video.
Right.
There he did a flip and a switch and a sit. Come, stop, stand, stay. Come, stop, sit, I think I did. Yeah, there you go. And then down, stand, heel.
He's always so happy just to be working with you.
I know. I love him so much.
He does great.
He loves to learn stuff and he loves to please and he loves praise. So, and he's so smart.
Yeah, that was a good one. Showed him. Showed Paco in action. So, Christy, do you have anything? I know you said you haven't recorded recently. What's the most recent one? And do you have a question, Val? Go ahead. While Christy's figuring out what she wants to share.
No, I don't have a question. I was just clapping.
Oh, okay. So, Christy, do you have anything?
No, I haven't been recording in a while. I tried to record us on a walk, but it didn't come out good.
That's hard to do. I was
Yeah.
just thinking like size, range kind of thing. Even if you have like a snuffle mat or something, do you have anything?
I
Or
haven't
what's she doing now?
anything. I haven't been training too much lately. We're doing chin rest, nose touches, the buttons, trying to work with her on the leash walking still. And she's doing better walking next to me in the power wheelchair. But the problem is she's getting distracted and she's not focusing back on me. And then today we were nearly attacked by a little dog.
Ask Tammy about getting distracted.
Yeah. And she listens in slow motion, does things. I don't know if she's going to be a watch or not, but I'm doing the best.
Tammy sent me a message today that says, well, it happened, but Dugan's an adolescent now.
What did happen?
He's an adolescent now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Adolescent brain has hit.
I used to be able to open the door because I've got a fenced in backyard and he likes to hang out outside. He won't come in the house for my husband, but if I open the door, say his name, he comes running. Not anymore. All of a sudden, the last couple days, he looks at me and then he goes back to looking wherever it is that he's looking. He's just ignoring everything. He forgot how to sit. He's forgetting everything. Or well, he's choosing not to do it actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nyla. She's doing under the table on her own now. I didn't teach her to go under there. She just started doing it. So now I'm saying under, settle, and she's doing good with that. But
Nice.
a problem I have to still work through some problems I'm having with her, and to like,
Well, I mean, she's just a baby still. You're going to have problems.
yeah.
She's getting bigger. She's not the size of a baby.
No,
Any idea how much Nyla weighs now?
No, I know when she was 7 months, she was 70 pounds, but I have no clue what she is now that she's over 8.
Oh, she must be bigger than Madugan. I weighed him at the vet today. He was 72.5.
Oh, yeah, she's big. She's big, good.
Was trying to pull up your YouTube so I could play whatever your latest video was.
It was a long time ago. I can't even remember.
It's okay.
I've been horrible. That's what I was saying.
It was an eye contact video from April. Can I play it?
Oh, yeah, if you found something, go for it.
I don't know what's in there yet, but
We'll find out.
it says eye contact.
Oh, okay.
So this is Nyla a few months ago.
Oh, this is actually at the trainer's house too.
Gotcha. Oh, yep.
Not a good video. I should have positioned the camera different.
That's okay. We can still see body language even if we can't see her eyes. We can tell when she's focused on you and not focused on
Mhm.
somebody else.
Yeah, and she prefers to lay down a lot.
Yeah.
Julian does too.
Well, I mean, that's what they were bred to do, is just lay down and watch the world go by. Sitting is not necessarily good for their hips, long-term sitting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, her boyfriend from class is right next to us. Ollie, yeah. See, she's still doing that, biting at me. You know,
Yeah, well, you were lifting her paw pretty high there too. I mean, it wasn't high for you, but for her, it probably hurt her.
oh, okay.
That's why the biting at the leash is like, I don't want to say you're manhandling her, but you're moving her body for her, and
Oh, she's
large dogs don't generally tolerate that very well.
oh, okay.
So, something that's not in this class, but something that very well could be, is teaching the dog how to fix that themselves.
Oh, okay. Because I do that on our walks too, and then but when I get back home, she's when I try to unhook her leash, she's
Mm-hmm.
mouthing and biting me. The back leash and the front leash, or the front hook and the back hook.
I do have a video for
Yeah, it's just
desensitizing the leash, connecting it,
oh,
unconnecting it, connecting it, unconnecting it yet. It's not on my YouTube because I just got it and I haven't had a chance to put it there, but it will be there soon.
oh,
But
there.
the untangling from the front paw, I know I don't have a video of, and I can see if I can get that for you guys. Because that is super helpful for service dogs.
What
Not part of our foundations class, but
maybe sometime I could talk to you or Cindy, because there's a lot of loose dogs out now when I'm trying to walk her, that people are with them too. They're letting them, and then one lady will walk them, but the leash is dragging on the dog. She doesn't hold on to the leash. And then a little dog came charging at and trying to attack us this morning.
it happens in almost every community. I think that's the service dog handler's biggest nightmare, is an off-leash dog running at us.
Yep.
Or an out-of-control dog. They don't necessarily have to be off-leash. They could be on a flexi leash.
Yep.
They could be on an e-collar. They could be anything but being charged by other dogs.
And I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because she's too big to just pick up. And I was in my power wheelchair, so I don't,
Right.
I should,
And I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of nuance to that. It's not a one size fits all.
Because I need to
Yeah.
work on distractions. She gets distracted and wants to go visit everybody and
Right.
the dogs.
Right. And I mean, it really is not a one size fits all, and probably a conversation for a night when we want to be here longer.
Yeah.
Because there's so many nuances. Like if it's a small dog, it's not likely to actually bite her. Right. It's going to threaten to bite her.
Yeah, it was,
Not likely to get as close to biting her, especially as big as she is.
well,
And
my,
if she even does one little, even half-hearted Pyrenees boof,
yeah,
that small dog's going to turn tail and run. Right. So it's not really a safety issue in that situation. However, we also don't want her to practice boofing at the other dog.
no,
Right.
yeah,
And we want our service dogs to learn that we've got their back. Nikki's got a great example of that, where like when her dog lays down to drink, like if he's taking a break from playing ball, she tells him, I got your back. And that means he can just chill and get his drink and do his thing. And he doesn't have to be scanning the environment because she's watching it for him.
like
Right.
that.
So building that kind of communication, it's like, no, I got this. And that, that trust and that we're in this together. But I know some wheelchair users will carry something similar to like a pop-up umbrella and desensitize their dogs that if the umbrella comes out, they're gonna get high value reward, but that will often scare other dogs away. Some swear on like a blowhorn or something like that. Sometimes you can throw treats at the other dog, and the dog will stop and eat the treats.
Oh, that's a
Give
good
you
idea.
time to move your dog away. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that work for different people. So lots of different things behind that. But all right, so any other questions or anything you guys want to go over tonight now that you've all had a chance to kind of meet each other, see each other's dogs? Oh, Val, did you have a video or a picture or something you want to show? Or is that too hard on your phone?
I don't have any videos of her. What do you use what kind of cameras are you using to film?
I just use my cell phone.
I do too.
I use my
Ah,
iPad.
I'm sorry, what do you use?
My iPad, if it's in the house.
Your iPad. Okay. What about outside? Like I think it
Phone.
was Nikki and Paco.
Yeah,
She
Sure
may have had a human
yeah,
hold her phone.
yeah. Either that or I have a tripod that I'll set up sometimes. Like I
I
got
s-
like a $10 cheap one from I forget where Tim got it from, but it was like a cheap little thing that it works, you know.
And
okay.
there's makeshift tripods too. Like you can take like a plastic solo cup and cut the slits out and create a prop for your phone. A shoe, like if you say you're training in your yard, you may not want to do that if you're training in a store. But if you're training in your yard, you can take a tennis shoe and sit your phone up in the base of the shoe. So it
Yeah,
sits there.
we have a tripod. I've just never used it and forgot that we had it. So thank you for that reminder.
Yep, you can lean it against a tree. I actually have we used to have some plastic pet fence to fence in our backyard. So we had plastic poles left over from that. And so basically like every so many inches there's a plastic piece to hook the fence in. But so I've taken a bungee cord and bungeed my phone onto the plastic pole because then I could just stab that pole in the ground anywhere for a tripod and it's nice and secure. And I've done that in my backyard for a pole. So I mean there's a lot of free and low cost alternatives for that. When we're looking for a video, we're not looking for perfection. We want to be able to see at least your dog. And if we can see like at least like what are your hands and lower body doing, that's great. We don't care if your house is clean. We don't care if your training environment is quiet. It's not perfection. We're not looking for perfect quality. We're looking for just actual footage that shows your dog's body language and how you guys are working together as a team.
Great, thank you. I'm trying to figure out how to send a picture and I haven't figured that out.
Okay.
And then after I do the videos, I have to edit it and I use KindMaster. And then I have to send it to I send it to YouTube and then I'll either have it public or if I just want it unlisted, then I can share it with my instructor or whoever I want to see it, but nobody else can see it unless I send them the link.
Yeah. YouTube is nice for that because it gives you different options. There's 3 different ways you can upload a video to YouTube. There's a unpublished or private means that no one else can see it at all. Unlisted means that anyone you send the link to can see it, but nobody else can find it. And then public is open for anybody on YouTube to find. So that can be nice. We use that mostly for our classes and our video stuff because then like So when you watch the video of 1.1 with the information, the live recorded class itself, that will be an unlisted video that you can see because the link is in Patreon. When you watch the video of teaching hand targets, to me, that's a wide open video. So while it's there in Patreon, I share that with tons of people all the time. So it's public. So you can kind of pick and choose based on who you want to see it, which is nice. Other things that we use quite regularly, I use Google Photos. Christy, what's the way that iPhones save photos? What's their program? What's their storage folder?
Hmm?
So on the iPhone, where are your photos stored? What is that called?
I don't have an iPhone, I have an iPad.
Oh, so where does your iPad store them?
What do you-
Only on there, or does it back up to a cloud anywhere?
I don't know. It
Okay.
it backs up to a cloud, but I wouldn't know how to access the cloud.
Yeah, we'll have to
Not-
ask not Christy, Cindy. Because I know iPhones have everyone with an iPhone or iPad has at least a small amount of backup space where they can send photos. And from there you can share with to a link to other people that have iProducts. Doesn't allow you to share it with me because I don't have an iProduct, right?
I
Whereas
don't-
Google Photos allows you to share it to people that don't even use Google Photos. But Dropbox is one that we use quite a bit. Yep, I've heard Bailey before. Oh,
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to go. I have
Yep.
transport in the
you're
morning,
fine.
call them. Make sure they pick me up.
So Bailey is pictured in the chats if you want to do a quick look of Bailey as you're signing out. She likes to pose for photos. So yeah, there are a lot of different things.
Aw,
I've
cute.
done Dropbox. Nikki uses, I gotta go over the screen where I can see it so that I can see what it is.
Proton
A
Drive.
Proton, yeah. Do you pay for that? Or is that a free drive?
There is a free version, but it's limited storage. So I pay a little bit more so that I have more storage because then it'll
Gotcha.
group them by session and have more videos there.
That's the way that Dropbox is as well. They have a free version with a limited amount of storage, and you can go on. Even Google Photos is that way, but I happen to have a Google phone, so I have unlimited storage there. But for most Android phones, you get a limited amount for free, and then you can pay to upgrade that storage capacity. But so there are a lot of free programs out there that you can save videos in if you want to share them. So plenty of options. If you need help kind of finding one, we can walk you through some pros and cons to find out what might work for you, Val. But yes, we all need to get off of here. It's been a little bit over an hour. So we'll work on targets for next week, work your way through the materials in Patreon. If you need help getting to Patreon, just let me know. You can, send me a Facebook Messenger or put it in the chat group, either way. All right, everybody have a good night.
You too.